Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of my ranking all the Beast Quest books from series 1 to 20. This is part 3, so we're getting into the mediocre to bad good. So we're getting from the good but bad books to the mediocre, yeah. We're going from the mediocre to the good but bad books. And the good but bad book section, when I was ranking this, it goes into the next episode, probably around halfway into it. But without any further ado, let's get into this part with the... I'm not liking this. So first up, we have Flamar the Scorched Blaze. Yes, again, like I said, with Elko and Tarok. And... yeah, Elko and Tarok. It is the reason why Series 11 is hated. It's better in design than Hellion, but that's it. His abilities are the same as Hellion. Its fight was actually pretty okay, but that's it. Its story was bad, but its fight was okay. Its design is better than Hellion's, but its abilities are the same as Hellion's apart from the flying part. But Hellion can technically fly by turning himself into a fireball and move then. Next is Solix, the Deadly Swarm. Now, I have a feeling I built this beast up a bit too much, because in my review, I remember being so hyped about it, of how I loved this beast so much. And then I looked back at it and compared it to other beasts and found out, yeah, it's actually not that impressive. Sorry. That's actually all I need to say about it. Next is Texan the Armoured Giant. I never actually liked this beast. And to have a beast based off an armadillo is based off, I'm going to say, a giant porcupine. It's okay. But I think there's a better beast that can... there's a beast that's a better armadillo coming up. And that's in Series 24. I don't have it. I can't remember its name, but I know it's based off an armadillo. I think so anyway. I'm sure I'll get told that in the comments if it's not. But, yeah, Texan. I think it's just boring in my opinion. It has a major plot point which affects the rest of the future series, but I just found it boring. I don't know why I had it here, but, it's just there because I found it boring compared to the rest of the series. Apart from Shamani, obviously. But the rest of the series was a lot better than it. Next is Wrathcore the Stampeding Brute. Now, being the second book of Series 14, and in Part 3, you know that... okay, so this guy likes Series 14, well, half of it anyway. So, why is Wrathcore here? Honestly, its design, its ability was... well, its main ability was actually a great ability. Why was it the first beast? I'll never know. But, its design is really boring. It's essentially Minos with an extra pair of horns. And that's it. Next is Nyxa the Deathbringer. Now, I got a lot of explaining to do here. But, to have Nyxa here, its design is really damn unique. Its abilities, great. Its fight was mediocre. The only reason it's here is because it... well, there are two Ghost Beasts remaining after this one. And they're significantly a lot better. I only put Nyxa here because the few next books I'm about to name, are so much better than this one. And I hate to say that because Nyxa was once my favourite book of that series. Then Equinus and Stealth came in. So next is Zephyr the Monster Squid. Hold on, pause. Adam, why the hell did you put Nyxa behind Zephyr? Simple reason. I like Zephyr's story. And that's good. This is true. It's a great starter to Series 2. And also a great fight. Well, mediocre. But I like the fight. The abilities were boring. And the design is a bit... meh. But his story was what got me there, and it boosted it above Nixa. I can't say anything else about it. Like, that is all I need to say about it. I just like it more than Nixa, just barely anyway. Next is Kongo the Cold-Blooded Brute. Now, this one is, like Hellion, a waste of space in this series, and I said it in my series ranking of 1 to 13, that Cressor, Madara, Eunuch and Carnivora would be great as its own series of a series of 4. But since it was back then, it had to have 6, and then Kongo and Hellion were in, and it just got bad. But I will say about Kongo though, I do like its design. Its abilities are boring, its fight was boring, and its story, the start of the story wasn't as good as what others have been. It did kill Mark though, so okay, Mark with a C. If you have a name that is that, if your name is Mark and it begins with C, why does it begin with C? Why does it have C? It needs to have K. No, I'm joking. But still, like, it killed a rather forgettable apprentice, so not really that much of an influence. But you can tell how angry Tom was after it, though. So next is the second special I'm going to be talking about throughout this entire series, and it's Kragos and Kildor. Reason why you're here is for the simple reason it's... Honestly, it should be lower, but I'm putting it here because it is boring. Its story was boring in my opinion. Its abilities aren't great. Its fight and design were good. And that's why it's up here. But its story was boring. So, reason why it's here? Boring. Okay, next is Eunuch the Lightning Horror. Speaking of the devil, you're also boring. But the reason why this one is better than Kongo is because its design, its abilities, and its fight is actually more memorable. Because it was in the jungle, then it went into a cave. And, yeah. But Eunuch is just barely better than Kongo, and I think more deserving of being in a group of 4 than Kongo. Yep. Next is Komodo the Lizard King. And, yeah, I always like this beast more than Kongo, if you're wondering why Kongo was slower than this. Yeah, Komodo I just liked the design of, and I see Kongo as a copy of Komodo actually. Having a rather unique fight where the beast kills himself is something that I like a lot, and we will learn that has been copied in the future. But to have a unique fight where the beast kills himself by accident, of course, is a great concept. The abilities and design, I will admit, are not great, but it doesn't change the fact it was a great starter to the series, and a great, actually not really a starter and continuation. It was great to both of the previous series. Next is Karaka the Winged Assassin. Which one's the Winged Scavenger? Okay, there's a beast called the Winged Scavenger, which I accidentally called another beast. Which I called Score the Winged Scavenger for some reason, by mistake. But I can't remember which beast actually called the Winged Scavenger. I know there's a beast that is called that. Just can't remember what it is. I'll think of it eventually. So Karaka. Design, meh. Abilities, meh. Story, meh. Fight, amazing. So if the fight was meh, it would be around where Texan is. But because the fight was great, I loved that fight. And actually one of the few 10s I gave for it as well. That's why it's here. And having 110 but low scores for the rest, that's the highest you're getting, baby. That's the highest it's getting. So, yeah. Moving on. Doomskull, the King of Fear. I've been so hyped for this book before I read it. When I got to it, I was just as hyped. But now that I'm at Series 20, it kind of fell back in the fact that it was kind of boring. Yeah. Its abilities were okay, its fight was okay, its design was okay, its story was a great finale. But other than that, it was just okay. It was kind of boring. So, next is the first piece. Wow, really? The first piece of Series 15, Wardock the Skyterror. And this one, if you can tell, this beast being the first piece of Series 15 to be this far. You can tell the other beasts are pretty damn high up as well. But Wardock is the most basic in design out of all the beasts here. But its abilities are also the worst out of them. But its fight was great. It's a great starter to the series, which is the main reason why it's here, because it is a starter after all. And it's not supposed to be good. But it doesn't change the fact. It was amazing. It was still a great book. Now we get into the mediocre standpoint. And this one is Vermok, the Spiteful Scavenger. Vermok is here because its design does look a bit hideous, but that's a good thing for designs anyway. The abilities are what you would expect. Whip-like tails like stealth. Sharp claws like stealth. That's it. Yeah. Its fight was okay, I guess. So, I actually can't remember its fight. Next is Equinus the Spirit Horse. What? Adam? A centaur? This early? Yeah. What do you want from me? I can't have all the centaurs do great. So I need to have a centaur here at some point. So yes. Equinus. Design is a bit boring. Because it's eventually ghostly Tagus. Abilities... Yeah, it's actually good abilities. The fight was okay but confusing. And that's for when it just turned into 2? What? Sorry, I was just testing something. When it splits into 2, a horse and a guy. I'm going to say again. What? Yeah, so yeah, that's the end of part 3 of ranking the books anyway. That's the end of part 3 of ranking these books. Join me for part 4, where I rank the next 15 books. We're actually approaching the end now. I still don't know how many are left, but yeah, join me in part 4. So, but until then, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that little notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.